Have you ever wondered what's really inside that famous blue can sitting on grocery store shelves all around the world? That block of pink meat that's been loved, joked about, and eaten by millions. The one that somehow manages to be both strange and delicious at the same time? Yes, we're talking about Spam, one of the most iconic canned foods ever made. Over 8 billion cans have been sold globally. That's about 3 cans every single second. But what exactly is Spam? How is it made? And how did it become such a worldwide phenomenon? Today, we're going to take you deep inside Hormel's factory to uncover how this mysterious meat is really made, why it became so popular, and how it turned from a wartime necessity into a beloved cultural food across continents. Spam's story begins nearly a century ago, in the late 1920s, when a man named J. Hormel took over his father's meat company, Hormel Foods, in Austin, Minnesota. At that time, America was in a period of economic uncertainty. After World War I and heading into the Great Depression, food preservation and affordability became critical challenges. People needed ways to store protein that wouldn't spoil quickly, something that could feed families without the need for constant refrigeration. J. Hormel noticed something interesting in local delis: large pieces of canned meat being sold in chunks. He realized there was an opportunity to make something smaller, more convenient, and easier for everyday people to buy and use at home. He wanted to create a meat product that was ready to eat, long-lasting, and consistent in taste, something that could be opened, sliced, and cooked instantly. The result of that idea was Spam. But it wasn't an overnight success. It took years of trial and error, recipe adjustments, and experiments before Hormel finally got it right. When Spam officially launched in 1937, no one could have predicted it would go on to become a global icon. At its core, Spam is surprisingly simple. Despite all the jokes and myths over the years, Spam isn't some mysterious combination of random meats. In fact, it only contains 6 ingredients: pork with ham, salt, water, potato starch, sugar, and sodium nitrite. That's it. These few ingredients come together in a way that gives Spam its unique flavor, texture, and shelf life. The pork shoulder and ham provide the base. Salt enhances flavor and acts as a preservative. Water helps mix everything evenly. Potato starch binds it all together. Sugar balances the saltiness. And sodium nitrite keeps the meat safe and gives it that signature pink color. But knowing what's in Spam is only part of the story. The real magic happens inside the factory, where fresh pork shoulders and hams arrive daily, ready to begin their transformation into those famous cans. Inside Hormel's state-of-the-art facility, the process begins with large shipments of pork shoulder and ham being unloaded, inspected, and prepped. Machines separate the meat from the bone, ensuring only the highest quality cuts are used. Then, the meat is cut into equal-sized pieces before being sent through industrial grinders that turn it into a smooth mixture. Each batch weighs about 8,000 pounds. That's enough for thousands of cans of Spam. Once the pork and ham are ground, the temperature becomes crucial. The mixture is cooled to just above freezing to keep it fresh and to prevent bacteria growth. It's then transferred into massive vacuum mixers. These mixers are like giant metal drums that churn the meat mixture while removing air at the same time. This vacuum environment is vital. It prevents oxidation, keeps the color consistent, and ensures Spam stays moist and tender even after cooking. In these mixers, salt, sugar, sodium nitrite, potato starch, and water are added. Everything is blended until it forms a uniform texture, the same taste and consistency in every single can. After mixing, a metal detector scans the batch to ensure no unwanted materials are present. Then comes one of the most fascinating parts of the process: the canning. The prepared mixture is funneled into rows of empty cans using automated filling machines. These machines are incredibly fast, capable of filling tens of thousands of cans per hour with precise amounts of meat. Each can is filled, vacuum sealed to remove any remaining air, and then lidded tightly to make sure nothing can get in or out. But the Spam isn't fully cooked yet. The real cooking happens inside the can. Once sealed, the cans are loaded into a massive hydrostatic cooker, a pressurized system that can cook and sterilize up to 33,000 cans every hour. Inside this giant machine, the cans travel slowly through a series of steam chambers where they're cooked thoroughly from the inside out. This step not only cooks the meat, but also sterilizes it, ensuring that Spam can be safely stored for years without refrigeration. After cooking, the cans move through cooling systems where cold water brings them back down to room temperature. Once cooled, they're washed, dried, and labeled with the signature blue and yellow Spam label. From there, they're packed into boxes and shipped to grocery stores all over the world. Hormel's production process is so efficient that only about 13 workers are needed to manage the entire system. Almost everything else is automated, ensuring precision, safety, and consistency. Hormel's headquarters and main Spam production plant are located in Austin, Minnesota, the birthplace of Spam, but for years, another plant in Fremont, Nebraska, also produced massive quantities of it. In 2018, Hormel sold the Nebraska facility, but Spam's legacy continues to be tied to its Minnesota roots. It's also where the Spam Museum stands today, a surprisingly fun and interactive museum that celebrates the history, production, and global impact of this unusual canned meat. So, how long does Spam actually last? According to Hormel, when stored properly, Spam can last indefinitely. Its best-by date is usually about 5 years, but even after that, it doesn't spoil. It just might lose some of its quality over time. That's one of the reasons Spam became such an essential food during wartime. It could be shipped across oceans, last for years, and still provide soldiers with valuable protein in the field. During World War II, Spam became more than just food. It became a lifeline. Hormel supplied over 150 million pounds of Spam to troops around the world. Soldiers ate it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They got creative with it, frying it, mixing it with rice, or eating it straight from the can. The grease from Spam was even used to oil guns or waterproof boots. Spam was reliable, durable, and easy to store, qualities that made it indispensable to military life. As the war ended, Spam found its way into the diets of people in many countries where American troops have been stationed. In places like Hawaii, Guam, and South Korea, Spam wasn't just food, it became part of local culture. In Hawaii, Spam musubi, a dish made of Spam, rice, and seaweed, became a household favorite. In Guam, the average person eats about 16 cans of Spam per year. And in South Korea, Spam became a symbol of luxury. It's often given as a high-end gift during Lunar New Year, beautifully wrapped and presented to family and friends. That's a far cry from its humble beginnings as wartime rations. So how did Spam manage to become beloved across such different cultures? The answer lies in adaptability. Spam could be cooked in countless ways: fried, grilled, baked, or even eaten cold. It was affordable, tasty, and comforting. In times of scarcity, it provided a sense of familiarity and stability. Over the years, Hormel introduced new flavors to keep up with changing tastes: teriyaki, jalapeno, black pepper, hickory smoke, and even a Portuguese sausage flavor for Hawaii. Each variation kept Spam relevant, appealing to new generations without losing its classic identity. But Spam's global journey wasn't just about taste. It also reflected resilience. For people recovering from war or hardship, Spam was more than a product. It was survival in a can. Its presence in households became a reminder of strength, creativity, and perseverance. And even as decades passed, Spam remained a nostalgic comfort food for many. Inside the factory, quality control is no joke. Every can of Spam undergoes rigorous checks. Hormel's automated systems use cameras and sensors to detect any imperfections. If even one can is slightly off in weight or seal, it's instantly removed from the production line. Each batch is tested for consistency, texture, and flavor to ensure that no matter where you buy Spam, in Tokyo, London, or Los Angeles, it tastes exactly the same. Spam's success is also tied to its brilliant marketing. When it first launched, Hormel ran a contest to name the new product. The winner received $100 and came up with Spam. Some say it stands for spiced ham, while others believe it's short for shoulder of pork and ham. But the truth is, Hormel has never officially confirmed what Spam actually stands for, keeping that bit of mystery alive all these years. The brand's marketing leaned into humor and curiosity. Spam wasn't afraid to be a little weird. It became part of pop culture, featured in movies, comedy sketches, and even songs. The British comedy group Monty Python famously created the Spam sketch, where the word spam was repeated so often it inspired the term we now use for junk email. Yes, that's right. The word spam for unwanted emails comes from the canned meat. Today, spam remains an international sensation. Hawaii alone consumes around 7 million cans every year. The annual Waikiki Spam Jam Festival celebrates this love affair with spam-themed dishes, live music, and parades. In South Korea, spam gift sets fly off the shelves during holidays. And in Guam, spam is so deeply ingrained in daily life that fast food chains offer spam burgers as part of their menu. Of course, spam isn't without controversy. It's often criticized for being high in sodium and fat. One serving can contain about 16 grams of fat and 33% of your daily recommended salt intake. Health experts recommend enjoying it in moderation. But even with modern concerns about diet, spam continues to sell strong because of its versatility and convenience. Hormel has adapted by creating low-sodium, light, and reduced-fat versions to meet modern health demands. Spam's longevity is a testament to smart branding and adaptability. In a world where food trends come and go, Spam has managed to stay relevant for over 80 years. It survived wars, recessions, and even pandemics. During global crises, people turned to Spam once again for comfort and reliability. When supply chains were disrupted, Spam remained a dependable source of protein that didn't require refrigeration. Hormel's production technology has evolved dramatically over the decades. Modern Spam factories are equipped with advanced automation, waste reduction systems, and energy-efficient equipment. Even waste materials from production are repurposed. Potato starch residues and byproducts are turned into animal feed, reducing waste and promoting sustainability. Spam's factories have also invested heavily in renewable energy and water conservation, saving millions of gallons of water annually. But beyond technology and business, Spam's true story is about people, the families who grew up eating it, the soldiers who relied on it, and the cultures that embraced it. It's a reminder that food is not just about taste. It's about memory, resilience, and connection. Think about it. A can of Spam might look simple, but inside that can is nearly a century of history, innovation, and adaptation. It's a story that began with one man's idea to make meat more accessible, and it turned into a global phenomenon that transcends borders, languages, and generations. Today, the Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota, stands as a quirky tribute to this enduring brand. Visitors can walk through exhibits that show Spam's history, its impact on world cuisines, and its role in pop culture. They can even see mock factory lines that demonstrate how Spam is made, from raw pork shoulder to sealed can. It's a celebration of how something so simple could become so extraordinary. Spam has outlasted trends, diets, and generations because it taps into something timeless, the idea of comfort and convenience in uncertain times. Whether you see it as a guilty pleasure, a survival food, or a nostalgia classic, Spam continues to hold a place in hearts and kitchens around the world. From Hawaii's beaches to Seoul's bustling markets, from American diners to military mess halls, Spam is more than just meat in a can. It's history you can taste. So next time you open a can of Spam, remember that what you're holding is more than just food. It's a piece of culinary history, a symbol of resilience, and proof that even the simplest ideas can leave the biggest mark on the world. Have you ever tried Spam yourself? How do you like to eat it? Fried with eggs, in a sandwich, or as Spam musubi? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey inside the factory, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a look inside how the world's most fascinating foods are made.